Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. I hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday. And I just realized a couple of minutes ago, I did not get a chance to do my morning Facebook Live. It has been a very busy day here. I've been going nuts getting stuff done. My schedule was packed, and it was so packed, some appointments were overlapping. That's how bad my schedule has been today. Yes, all my fault because I created it that way. Um, and I started it early this morning. We're not going to say how early. Let's just say this. Oh, it's empty. It's empty. There's not even a drop in there by the sounds of it. That this and blankets do not mix. I rolled over at some point in the night, and the next thing I hear is thunk. And I'm like, what was that? And I went to sit up, and it threw my blankets up, and then I hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk. And I'm like, and Zeffy's like, out of the bedroom. I'm like, what the heck? And then I realized, oh, my water bottle. Yes, I knocked my water bottle off my little nightstand with the blanket, and my nightstand is this far away from my bedding. And my nightstand is this long and this wide. So it's enough space for a box of tissues and my water bottle. That's how wide my nightstand area is. So yes, poor Zeffy. She got a big fright this morning, but then it was like 3:30 in the morning or something, so we managed to go back to sleep. But then got up, had my cup of cocoa, did my morning. I did a morning journaling this morning. I'm so proud of myself. Actually, I did 2 lots of journaling because I did my journaling and my devotions this morning, and then I was prepping. This is my book that I use to keep notes in for each day for the Facebook Lives. Yeah, this is what I all wrote this morning. A full page, like even down into the margin, onto the side of the page there, down the bottom of the page. That was all the stuff I was great that I did. It was a gratitude entry. So yes, I did a massive dump onto. Normally I just put bullet points. See, this is bullet points. This is brain dump. Yesterday was bullet points. Today it was like write everything out. So yeah, I actually did 2 sets of journaling this morning, which is very unusual for me. It's kind of fun. And then as soon as that was done, it was what do we do next? Showered and dressed, walked the dog, came back. I haven't had breakfast this morning. I haven't had breakfast this morning. I haven't even had lunch. I haven't eaten today. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, because so by the time I got all of the journaling and everything done and the shower and got dressed and taking the dog for the walk, I came back. It was time to get on for the morning wake up call. Then we had another call immediately after that, which went a little longer, which then threw off my schedule for the day because I finished that one. I finished that second call, which basically it's the same call but 2 different parts to it. So I finished the second part. I got off that, was already, I think, for like 15 minutes late to start the next thing on my calendar. So then I had to scramble to get that done. And then by the time I'd finished that, I was onto the help chat. And it's been pretty steady all day. And I just realized why I'm feeling so lightheaded is because I haven't eaten all day. I haven't. I had a cup of cocoa this morning when I was doing my journaling, and that's it. No wonder I'm feeling so lightheaded. Zeffy, we might have to delay the walk so Mama can have something to eat first so she doesn't pass out in the walk. But I have been drinking a lot of water today. Again, it's that hole. This little hole here. See this little hole? It's this little hole here. It keeps emptying. I think I've actually been up 3 times today to fill this because the chat's been steady today. So yeah, it's been a very interesting day, to say the least. So I think I'm going to have still daylight, so have a quick bite. So you're only getting me once today. Yes, my challenge was to do 1 Facebook Live a day. Yes, for a year. Now, 855 days. Yeah. It's kind of funny because popping up in my memories on my Facebook thing, I noticed this morning. I go in and I have a look at my memories each day. And it's now popping up 2 years worth of Facebook Lives. So like you go into today and there's the Facebook Live I did a year ago and then a Facebook Live I did 2 years ago. It's kind of weird, but it's sort of like fun. It's like, oh my gosh, look at my hair. That's the first thing I say because this has not been cut since the 14th of January, 2020. And I feel like a mop that needs to be tamed. So yes, and I haven't even had it. And my mother has been asking me every day, have you made your hair appointment yet? Have you made your hair appointment yet? Have you? My days have just been so filled. I haven't. And then by the time I finish, I go to call the salon and they're closed. So, Mum, if you're watching this, I have not called the hair salon today. I do have a few minutes tomorrow that I do have in my calendar, which says call hair salon now, and it's in red, so it sticks out. But yeah, so today's been a day of gratitude. In both my journalings, I was writing out things that I was very grateful for this morning. I now feel like I'm back on track because there was 9 days where I did not do any journaling, no musings, no journaling, no nothing. And I was talking with my accountability partner coach yesterday, and says, I've been feeling really weird. I've been feeling off. I don't know what's going on. And I said, hang on. Yes, I do. I know what's causing the problem because I haven't been doing my journaling or my devotions for 9 days. Yesterday was day 9. I started up this morning. And I said, that's what's got me off kilter. And so she said, well, just start again. I went, okay. So got up this morning, made my cocoa, sat down and did my journaling and my devotions. So I got a really good start to the day. The only thing is I did 2 lots of journaling this morning. So I'm going to make sure I do some more tonight as well. But it just set up my whole day and I went through it very calmly, not getting worked up about anything. So it was good. So what are you most grateful for today? When I do a gratitude journal, if there is a goal that I'm working on, like my log cabin by a lake, then I turn around and I express gratitude as though I already have it. So I am grateful for my log cabin that is by the lake. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, and just put into present tense what I am grateful for when it comes to goals that have been set. Although this one's still a dream yet because I don't have a date on it. Yes, I need to get the date on the goal, on the dream to make it a goal. Because your dreams are only dreams until you put a date on it, then they become a goal. So if there's no date on your goal, it is only a dream. So yes, that was kind of fun. So yeah, so did a whole bunch of gratitude around what I'm wanting to bring into my life. I just have to I actually have to go get some magazines because I still can't figure out the layout of my log cabin. I know the outside's going to have a huge wraparound porch. I know that because that's what I've always wanted to have, is a place with a huge wraparound. And I'm talking 10 to 12 feet deep on the porch. And it's something I've always wanted. I always love the Victorian houses with those huge wraparound porches that they have. I love those. And so when I first heard about log cabins, I was like, well, one of those with that big porch around would be really cool. So it's been a dream of mine for a huge number of years to have my log cabin by the lake. So it's going to have a 10 to 12 foot wraparound porch. I just got to figure out what the layout inside is going to be. So I figured, well, if I get some log cabin magazines, they will have floor plans and I can go through them and say, yeah, I like that, and it's not going to work. Well, that would be pretty cool. So that's what I'm planning on doing, which means I might have to go into a store. I have to go to a Barnes & Noble. They have their magazine stand, so I can quickly flip through the magazines and find the one that I want. Because there's a lot of magazines on log cabins, from building to maintenance to floor plans, the whole kit and caboodle. They're all out there. So gratitude is a great place to start your day, with gratitude. And now that I'm switching my evening stuff to my morning and my morning stuff to the evening, I can start my day with the gratitude journal. And when I do my musings in the evening, I can be grateful for what I went through that day. So what are you grateful for today? What's you most grateful for today? So I'm grateful for things that I am how do you put it? I'm grateful for things that are to come, and I'm showing gratitude in the present tense, like I already have them. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, it even includes a barn and RV B&B. What's a barn and RV B&B? You have to wait and find out. But anyway, I got to get going because I've got a DOG that wants to go for a WALK, and she's starting to whine at dogs walking past. So she just turned around so she can actually look at me. I'm in her sights now. But anyway, so yes, today was all about gratitude, giving gratitude for being thankful for everything that I have, being thankful for the things that are to come. It brings you to a totally different place when you start showing gratitude for things to come. That's just a really cool concept. I love it. But anyway, I'm out of here. So let us know what you're most grateful for. Your question of the day for you telling a story is what's another favorite holiday memory? Let's see. We always used to go camping in that, at least for 2 weeks during the summer vacation. Oh yeah, this is that time we went to Tolaga Bay. Tolaga Bay is this little tiny town. And they have this, I think if I remember correctly, I have to go look this up. They have the longest wooden pier in the world. This thing's like 1 kilometer long, which is 1,000 meters. And we used to go out fishing off it every day. And yeah, that was a long walk. We'd get our fishing gear, and we had spent the summer there, and it was really cool. And we were downtown one time. We were in this little mom and pop bookstore. I loved this place. It had this country feel to it, a very strong community feel to it. And we're in this bookstore and looking at my favorite things. Was it the bookstore or the knick-knack store? There were books involved because I was looking at the books, and I can't remember if it was a bookstore or a knick-knack store. One of those, like a secondhand place. And all of a sudden we hear the fire siren at the fire station go up, which means there's a fire somewhere. And the storekeeper suddenly comes over to us and says, look, he says, take the kids outside, just stand there in front of the door and watch what happens. And my parents were like, what? And so they took us out the front there and stood there. And then my dad used to be a fireman back in the day. And so he was curious to see. And he wasn't a fireman at the time. He was a traffic cop, which is like the police, but they do the traffic stuff. And so we went and we stood out there, and down the street comes, and I kid you not, this vintage fire truck. There's like 2 or 3 guys sitting on the bench seat at the front there. It kind of looked like a horse carriage fire truck that had an engine put in it or something. But it was this old vintage fire truck comes down. There's a couple of guys hanging off the sides of it, and then that's followed by a milk tanker. And it's one of those tankers. It usually holds milk. This one had water in it to supply the fire engine with. And then these pickup trucks would come down the street, and these guys would come running out of the stores and jump into the back of the pickup truck, and off they would go. They were the volunteer firemen, and off they would go and off they went to fight the fire. So we had the old vintage fire truck, followed by the milk tanker that was full of water. The milk tanker looks like a gas tanker, but it's for milk. This one had water in it. So the vintage fire truck, followed by the milk tanker, followed by the pickup truck that people were piling into the bed at the back of the truck there, and off they went to go fight whatever fire it was. So that was kind of a treat for us. And we were, how old was I? This would have been back in where were we living at the time? We're already in Waitra. So it would have been back late 70s, early 80s. It was during my teenage years. I'd just become a teenager. So that was back, that would have been like 1979, 1980, that summer break period going from December into January. So that was really cool. And so that was a really cool, unique thing to see. And you see really cool stuff around New Zealand. So that's one of my memories for that trip. And we did a lot of fishing off the end of the wharf as well. It was a lot of fun down there. There's this big group of us down there. And one time, was it my line or my brother's line? It might have been my brother's line. He keeps trying to pull this fish in, and we can't see it. So it was deep enough that we couldn't see it, and he keeps trying to pull in, but the thing would just keep pulling the line out. And one of the other guys out there who was fishing, he says, "Oh, you probably got a stingray on the end of that." And my brother's like, "What? What's a stingray?" So I didn't know what a stingray was at the time either. So we learned all I knew about stingray was the animated puppets that they would use. There was a show called Stingray, and Stingray was the name of it was a submarine. It was the name of the submarine, and they had this underwater city, and it's all done by those marionette robotic puppets, the same ones that they did the original Thunderbirds with. So it was all of those sorts of puppetry things, and it was called Stingray, and it was actually pretty cool. And the Stingray was this. Yeah, all I knew was that program at the time. I did not know the stingray about the fish stingray. Learn about that years later, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, I'm out of here. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, my screen went blank. I have no idea what happened. But anyway, go out and have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you back bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm definitely going to make a point of being on here tomorrow morning for Fun Friday tomorrow. Yay! God, we're at the end of the week. Do you realize that a week ago it was Thanksgiving? On this day, a week ago was Thanksgiving. Huh. Anyway, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Heck on it up.